And I'm going to have Brother Omar Khamisa, who is the Community Development Lead Canada-wide of NCCM, inshallah ta'ala, address the crowd for a few minutes. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Brother Omar, jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before I begin, I just want to thank the team here at LMM, the board, Sheikh Araj, for allowing us to come. And just say it's wonderful to see masjids open again, seeing Taraweeh again.
Do you want to clip it on if you want?
Is that better? Sure. I speak with my hands and Sheikh Araj noticed it right away. So just to see the masjid open again. Alhamdulillah, it's been a while since we've been seeing masjids open, everyone there for Taraweeh. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep our masjids open, keep us away from this pandemic, and accept all of your fasts and your ibadat in this month of Ramadan. So as Sheikh said, my name is Omar Khamisa. I'm with the National Council of Canadian Muslims. And NCCM is the organization here in Canada that's fighting Islamophobia. So Islamophobia on all fronts, whether it's in the media, whether it's the schools, whether it's in the politicians, or whether it's the horrific attack that we saw last year here in London, Ontario. We're the organization that's continually pushing forward in advocacy efforts, in community efforts, in the law, in the legal side, in the education side. We have a legal team that is fighting laws in court, like the case against Alexander Bissonnette, who walked into the Quebec mosque 5 years ago and opened fire. Like the case in Bill 21 in Quebec. We are the lawyers that are consistently in court fighting that every single day. Or the education aspect, where we're in the classrooms talking to teachers, talking to students about their effects of Islamophobia and how they've grown up. And alhamdulillah, we just recently opened a foreign affairs department, which is working on files like Palestine, working on files like Afghanistan, working on files like the RSS and India, to make sure that Canadian Muslims and Canadian Muslims that have families anywhere are looked after. But our most important part is our advocacy and our government relations. That works every day to make sure that each and every one of us can continue to be Muslim in Canada without any kind of fear. And I don't have to stand here and remind anybody in this room what happened last year in June with our London family. Every single one of us remembers it like it was yesterday. I know for Sheikh Araj, when I came here, we were all in the same position of like, what do we do next? And alhamdulillah, with the work of the community, with the work of everyone, we started working on something called the Our London Family Act, which I'm sure you've seen. I've seen the flyers out there already, which is the largest piece of anti-Islamophobia legislation ever in North America. There has never been a piece of legislation that's this big in North American history. It covers education reform. It covers masjid safety reform. It covers making sure there's people getting hired, making sure that there's advertisements out there about Muslims, making sure that each and every one of you that have a sister that wears hijab is safe. Each and every one of you that's name is Muhammad or Umar or Ali is not afraid to say that anymore. Because that is not the country that we all came to. We came to Canada to make sure that our families would be safer. We came to Canada to make sure each and every one of us could be part of society, and that's exactly what we've been doing, to allow us to be a better part of society. So we're here for two reasons. One, before you leave today, sign the petition for the Our London Family Act. Every single Muslim in Canada should be signing this petition to make sure that this gets put into place. And number two, Islamophobic incidents continue happening. There are 2 million Muslims in Canada. That's a big number. And NCCM is a team of 20 people that are working every day to make sure Islamophobic incidents don't happen. That is not something that is a good ratio. It is not a good ratio to have 20 people looking after 2 million people. We need to hire more lawyers. We need to hire more advocates. We need to hire more journalists to make sure that every single family feels like they are not afraid to wear the hijab. Their moms are not afraid to be left at a Walmart. Their kids are not getting taught the wrong thing in schools. So we're asking you if you can, before you're leaving, this Ramadan, our goal is to raise $300,000 across Canada to make sure we expand those reaches, to hire more lawyers, to hire more journalists. So if you can spend even a dollar, there's no amount that's too small, to help make sure that each Muslim is safer, it would be better for us. Even any kind of thing that you can do. And if you can't, just sign the petition. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward your intention for it. So whatever you can do, small or big, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. And thank you so much for the strength that you guys have been. The City of London has been looked at around Canada as a strength and a pillar for the community. Everyone that looked at what happened last year in June looked at this city and saw each and every one of you as a strength for them to continue going. They saw the people here at the London Muslim Mosque. They saw Sheikh Araj when he's doing a media outlet. He saw each and every one of you continually come to the masjid as a strength for them to continue going. So thank you for being that strength. Thank you for being that pillar in the community. And inshallah, if there's anything that each and every one of you guys need, my number will always be available for you guys. And finally, before I leave, I just want to say, I was coming in with our new community engagement lead for Ontario, and I always get a little bit emotional when I come to London. It's always a place that has a soft spot to my heart, right? And I was telling the volunteer outside that, I want to start coming to London now for good reasons, right? I don't want to just start coming to London for sad reasons. And alhamdulillah, this is a great start, seeing everyone here for Taraweeh, seeing the community iftar that you guys put on, because this community has the resilience that I've never seen before. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make sure that what happened last June can never happen to another family, never happen to another community. And if each and every one of you need anything, please be sure to see me. So jazakallah khair, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Brother Umar. We're just going to take a few more minutes if you don't mind. I'm sorry, but today's the weekend. I hope you can spare some time, inshallah. And then the witr, Sheikh Khalid will make it small. Yes? Good, Sheikh Khalid, thank you. I was going to say, the brothers at NCCM, the advocacy work that they do, there was a brother in the community who was fired from his job because he wanted accommodation for Friday prayer. One of the people in the community, he reached out to me, and I immediately put him in touch with NCCM. Imagine with this, that line is not there, that support is not there. What do we do? What do I do as Director of Religious Affairs? What does any imam do in this situation? We're not equipped to fight this battle. We don't know where to start. We don't know where to go. But alhamdulillah, we have our brothers and sisters at NCCM, this incredible organization. Immediately I could refer him to that their intake navigator, and immediately steps were taken to see what legal avenues are there. Today at 12 o'clock, me and Brother Bilal, the chair of the mosque, Sister Nusayba, the vice chair of the mosque, and many other representatives of London Muslim communities from MAC, from Islamic Center and other places, were on a Zoom call at 12 with Brother Mustafa Farooq, the CEO of NCCM, who was giving us an update on the Our London Family advocacy, how they're pushing continuously the provincial government, the different parties, the opposition and the party in power, the Conservatives and the NDP, constantly pushing to get this passed. And the behind-the-scene advocacy work, but not just the behind-the-scene advocacy work, they actually wanted our feedback. What should we do? What do you all think? How do you want to go take this forward? This is such a blessing. This is such a blessing that we have an organization that does this hard work for us. Because we can't do it. I can't do it. Us as individuals, we cannot do this, fight this ourselves. We need NCCM to be fighting this fight. We can't be advocating without a direction. NCCM provides that. We cannot be gathering the rallying the people around the battle for Islamophobia on our own. NCCM provides that place for us to gather, and the ability for us to gather. Wallahi, I can tell you this: that Monday morning of June 7th, I came here. I was very shocked, couldn't believe what had just happened. And the NCCM brothers were here. They're the ones who called the Prime Minister's office and essentially made sure that he showed up. They were the ones who did it, right? We didn't have, as individuals, that kind of sway. They do. They're the ones who were calling the Prime Minister's office and then coming and asking Brother Bilal, do you guys need water? What do you guys need? Tell us. That is the extent of service they did to this community, and they didn't ask a penny. Not a penny from us. So, not just that we should support them. I would say this is a must for all of us to support them. And we never do fundraisers here. We never just stand up and ask for money for other organizations. But this is the exception. Because this is a noble exception. Because all they have done for us and for the Muslim community, truly they deserve our support. Even Zakatul Mal. Zakatul Mal, I'll make a small comment on this. وَفِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَابْنِ السَّبِيلِ. The category of Fi Sabilillah classically is for Al-Ghuza Al-Mutatawwi'in. the voluntary fighters defending Islam. We don't have this option at all, of course. But these are the people who defend Islam today. They're the ones who are stepping up to defend us as Muslims. From the smallest thing to the biggest thing. In like a little workplace, all the way to the Supreme Court of Canada. And everything in between. These guys are the ones fighting the battle to protect us as Muslims and protect Islam. So you can give your zakat al-mal to these people as well, inshallah. This is a beautiful place. I personally give my zakat al-mal to NCCM. I personally do that. And I encourage you to do it as well. Please support them on your way out. Thank you for giving us the time to listen to us. Jazakumullah khairan.